This is by far the hardest video I have ever put up. In this by far is the absolute worst thing that I would want to do. Those of you who follow my channel know that my mother has experienced extreme abuse at my father's hands. This is a man who was arrested for threatening to kill the neighbor, who has been harassing this neighbor for years and years and years. I myself have experienced huge abuse from this man. There was no saving my mother. She had put well over $30,000 worth of $20 bills. She went and got a job trying to leave my father. And while she had a job, she saved money in $20 bills, thinking of somehow to leave my father, who knows the law really well. The only reason he's such a great abuser is because he knew the law. And he willed his abuse onto my brother, who, now that my father died, my mother is now in his hands. This is his email, and he lives in Paris, Ontario. This is my email. I believe that if I'm putting somebody's information out there, I have no problem. The reason I have no problem is because how do you point a finger to an abuser and get society to try and do something to stop abuse? Now, I am not out to do any harm to my brother. I am not out to do any harm to anyone. That is our problem, is how do you tell abusers to stop? You know, you have the 99% being abused by the 1%. Patterns within patterns. What you see happening in your own personal families is exactly the same game going on in our outer world. If we can't get along in the smallness of our lives, we will not get along in the bigness of our lives. Now that my father has died, which I have mourned both my parents a long time ago, because I knew there was no way I could have contact with my mother as long as she was in the hands of her abuser. Now she's in the hands of my brother, the abuser, and selfishly, I tried to use a legal system that I know is completely wrong. The only box that keeps abuse together is our legal structure. And there is this Freeman concept that I can see is just designed to keep you in that box. You have to legally go in there, and you have to give that legal structure power by saying that they exist and that they have rules, and we're going to play by your rules. We're just going to be smarter at it. I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong to use a flawed system, because I'm not out to get my brother. I'm not out to get the money. I'm not out for any of that. I just want my mother safe and to have whatever time she has left, to have a happy life, as me and my mother had always discussed, that if everything happened to her, I would always look after her. So that time has come. My mother's advice is always do your best. That's all you can do, is your best. So I did my best. Sadly, I trusted in this Freeman concept of law. And communication, this is how the thing went, is as long as I played the game, emails are able to go back and forth at ease. But as soon as I'm given instructions on what to do, like raise money, because you need money to protect yourself, so that is one of the biggest problems I have, is victims don't have any money. Victims can't come up with enough money to save yourself. That is the system that I am against, and yet I needed money. So I was told I needed to raise money, so I made a video to try and raise money, and there are loving people out there that offered to help, which I will return the money, which will accept the cost of the transfer. There was a good $10 lost from the money going into me, and there's another $10 that's going to be lost. So not only do I not even have enough $20 to eat, but this month, trying to save my mother has cost me huge money in long distance bills that I can't afford to pay, and these charges, these exchange charges of somebody that just wanted to help. I have to return that money back because it's not being used for what I had asked for. But apparently, because I was raising money, I did something wrong. I felt I had to let people know what you're raising money for, but apparently that was dead wrong. So it's like, you need to raise money, but you can't say what you're raising money. So it's like, in what planet are we on where we're saying, hey, I need money, can you send me money? For no reason. I'm not going to tell you what I need it for. I'm sorry, but people need a little bit of an explanation. But apparently with this Freeman concept, you're not allowed to even raise the money. Otherwise, you don't get any service. So anyways, what was going to happen is I was to write an affidavit down, which I did instantly, and I'm getting no response. I'm sending emails asking, what's the game plan? What's the time frame? I'm freaking out. I know my mother's not safe. I even question how my father died. I think he was definitely neglected, and that caused his natural health to take over and kill him. So it'll never look like he was neglected, No concept in our reality will ever see that, hey, if you put that much stress on a human being, and he has heart problems, you're going to increase the speed at which he will die at. It's already well known that my brother could not handle caring for these people. So now that he has left to care for my mother, because she has Alzheimer's, she can't be locked in a house next door by herself, which that's what my brother did, is locked my parents in a house that was just next door. But it was basically my father, who's in a wheelchair having heart attacks constantly. He was in the care of somebody that has Alzheimer's because my brother couldn't handle having them actually inside their house. So I had made quite a few requests about what's going on, and I'm getting no answers. And then when I bowed down and said, I realize you're probably really busy, I realize that this is not like you, that you always return an email rather quickly, it's almost like instantly, and because you are not returning any emails, I will assume something is going wrong. So my prayers are with you. So I just tried to picture this guy as the girl, Freeman, let's call her, lawyer, wasn't responding because they were really, really busy, or else there was a tragedy or something going on in this person's life. As soon as I showed this person love and concern for what possibly could be going on, all of a sudden I get an email return. It has nothing to do with the abuse that my mother is enduring right now, that he said that he would help. No, he couldn't respond to that. He would only respond to when somebody's showing him concern. It's all about him, her, whoever. And still, it was the return is I got shit for raising money. I got shit for saying what I needed to raise money for, and apparently he's being attacked, and he's saying his family's at risk. So that in itself should tell you it's a wrong direction. That if you're doing something that puts your life at risk, something is wrong. There's no way in hell I would want to put somebody's life at risk. But by doing and playing the game that I say is wrong, put your life at risk, maybe your game is wrong. Now, I fully expect my life is going to be at risk because, judging by the emails this guy's sending me, he's full of hate. He sees me as hateful. So, and he's using words as hateful and revenge, and it's like, I ain't got no revenge. This video any part of my channel has nothing to do with revenge or hate. I didn't have a voice. When I tried telling my father to stop abusing me, stop, my voice wasn't heard. When I was trying to tell my husband, stop your abuse, my voice was not heard. When I went to the legal system, when I went to our government systems, when I went to every friggin' nonprofit that's supposed to help people that are dealing with abuse, they didn't hear me. Katie is not listening to me. She keeps saying I'm full of hate and revenge, and it's like, that's not what it's about. I want you to hear me. But you can't. So I do a YouTube channel, trying to get my voice, trying to see if there's a globe out there that can hear what it is I'm saying, which is stop the friggin' abuse within the smallest of our experiences and the bigness of our experiences. I do not wish my brother harm. I do not wish this lawyer harm. I do not wish the elites harm. I do not wish the 1% harm. I do not wish any of my enemies harm. I just want to say stop. Enough. Enough with this abuse. I am human. I deserve life. These people don't have value for life. I was introduced to the movers and shakers on Skype. They're all lawyers, or lawyer wannabes. Freeman. I do see this concept of Freeman as a box to lock us into. So I wanted to find out the mindset that was going on with these people before I even engage in them. And they really don't have any concern for human life. They don't have concern for their own life. They do really want to die. They don't like this life experience. They don't value their own human life, and they really, really think that it doesn't matter how you die, as long as you enjoy your life, that kills you. So I couldn't handle being in the movers or shakers of all of these free men. And, you know, even these free men are going against each other. Why? The main reason that I see a problem with this system is any criminal can get away with any crime. All you have to do is deny your name. So if you commit murder, if you commit any form of crime and they call you by name, all you have to do is say, I didn't agree to that name. You know, I didn't agree to this game. And poof, bang out. These guys, these freemen, all they're doing is being better lawyers. This is the OJ Simpson dream team. That you can see how it works. Just because you're really, really good at the game doesn't make the game good. It allows criminals to be bigger criminals. And yes, it's starting off by trying to think you're helping victims, but in my case, didn't help me. My mother's still not safe. There's nothing I will be able to do. So I have to mourn my mother again. My mother's brain has protected herself. She's got Alzheimer's, so she won't be able to remember a thing. It's no different than multiple personality disorder. When you can't handle the pain, the brain has a way of shutting off and saving itself in whatever way it can save itself from the pain of this human life. So please, if anything, especially the Six Nations, have been fooled into playing this evil, evil game. And now the Six Nations, again, are going to be playing this evil game. If they end up being the winner by using this game, then they give license to criminals to do so much worse to them. This is not against the Six Nations trying to get freedom. The only way you're going to get freedom is not giving them power by saying they exist, by saying we want you to come up with our solutions. We have to come up with our own solutions. So this is not about hate, it's about love. even love for my enemies. Peace out. Love to you all.